नहीं, मैं पूछता हूँ क्या शिवम नाम है? हिंदी में बोलना चाहोगे इंग्लिश में?
Both language I will prefer, but I would prefer English.
इंग्लिश प्रेफर करोगे?
मैकेनिकल
क्या बिहार के रहने वाले हो?
No sir, Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh.
गोरखपुर के रहने वाले
Yes
हो?
sir.
ये MBA कहाँ से किया और मैकेनिकल कहाँ से किया?
So mechanical is from Rajkumar Goel Institute of Technology, Ghaziabad, and then MBA is from Madan Mohan Malviya University, Technological University, Gorakhpur.
गोरखपुर से किया?
Yes sir.
मार्केटिंग में?
Yes sir. Marketing and actually dual specialization, with the major one being marketing and the second one was IT.
IT.
The two terms used, one is called sale and second is marketing.
Yes sir.
Make a difference between the two. What is sale and what is marketing?
It's a sale. The difference we can initiate is the sales is from the perspective of the seller, and marketing is from the perspective of the buyer. In sales, we are mostly concerned with selling our products to the customer that the company is manufacturing. And in marketing, we first identify that what the customer wants, what the consumer wants, what the market wants, and then accordingly we manufacture the products and we market it in the market.
What is ethical marketing and what is unethical marketing?
I would like to explain this with an example. Consider we are talking about environmental concerns. Okay, the basic aim for a company is to manufacture environmentally sustainable products. Okay, that would be ethical marketing for it. For example, we can say Adidas currently it is making sneakers through the use of plastic recycling and plastic waste and all things. This is ethical marketing. Okay, the Adidas is following here ethical marketing campaign. What is sustainable for the earth also and what is sustainable for the company also. The company is getting a tag of being environmentally friendly, and also it is providing high class consumer products to the market. And second, unethical would be that even if we are knowing that our product or our certain what services we are providing, it is harming the community or the earth as a whole, still we are pursuing it, and that comes under unethical.
That's fine, understood it. What is the role of persuasion in marketing? What is persuasion and how it is effective in marketing?
So persuasion, before going into persuasion, one thing is there, we identify the products what is needed, and when the consumer and when the company manufactures it, the product is already made, then it is in the psyche of the consumer that he has to be or he or she has to be persuaded that the company has produced what you wanted and we are offering it and it is at a certain price and you can buy it from us. So this constitutes persuasion. Persuasion, yes sir.
ये बताइए, you have done management as a full course, isn't it?
Yes.
You are now familiar with the principles of management, the methodologies and all that, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, what is the difference between the total ecosystem and practices or SOPs in the government and in the private sector? Broadly, एक दो बात बताइए, वैसे बहुत difference.
So broadly, sir, we can say that in private sector it is more or less profit driven, and in the government sector it is from the perspective of welfare. So it is welfare oriented, and we can say in government sector the resources are limited as to the resources which are available to the administration. It is in I would say a constrained amount, whereas in private sector it is constrained, but it is at the totally at the disposal of that particular company.
Who is the client in the government?
The client can be
or the consumer? Who is the consumer in the government?
consumer can be anyone. Maybe it would be the citizens, or the private sectors can also be the consumers, and maybe the other country.
Now tell me, in marketing, what is the importance of advertisement?
So advertisement, basically in marketing it is all about delivering the consumers the offerings which have value for them. Okay, so the advertisement basically it constitutes the persuasion to the consumer that is actually the company is telling the consumer that we are offering the product and it is available for sale and you can buy for it. And sir, the second point, the over advertisement what you are telling, sir, I would say it is more or less doing a harm than the benefit of the thing.
Does the industry recognize it or realize it that they are doing overkill?
No, sir, I would say they are not realizing it.
They are not realizing it. Why?
So maybe the market analyst or the analysts which are over there, they might be adhering to the fact that they are overdoing it, but I think they must have not came up with a alternative to that. That's why they are doing it.
How is a governor of a state appointed?
So governor of a state is appointment through the central government. Central government he appoints.
Government appoints. Government means prime minister, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So does the prime minister appoint the governor?
So I would say it is a panel.
What is the collegium system and to whom does it apply?
So collegium system, it basically applies to the appointment of judges over here, and collegium system we can say it
Does it apply to the governor?
Sorry, sir, I'm not.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
So my hobby is rooftop gardening, sir.
Rooftop gardening.
Sir.
Okay. Now, do you know how this Babylon hanging garden was irrigated? That is the best example of a rooftop garden, isn't it?
Sir,
I'm aware of this
yes,
Babylon,
yes, sir.
isn't it?
Sir, I'm not exactly sure, but if you permit, sir, I can make that.
Yeah.
Sir, it was
But be precise, don't elaborate.
Yes, sir, not. It was basically a kind of aqueduct kind of thing in which elevated canals were built and the irrigation was.
How can you build elevated canals?
So, like in Roman civilization, there were some we can say pillar sort of thing over which some pipes were laid on and the water was carried through places.
But how was it taken up first?
So I can think of a kind of wheel system was there in which buckets were built and it was taken to the elevated position.
How big is the area of the Babylon garden? Okay. Fine.
Shivam, do you think democracy is working in India?
Yes, ma'am, democracy is working in India. There might be some dissents, but dissent is innate to democracy. So,
No, not dissent, but otherwise there is a lot of friction, I would say. Dissent is one thing and friction is another.
friction is there, ma'am, but I would say it is definitely working as in the sense of India, because recent years we have seen that despite these frictions and all everything happening, India is on the growth trajectory.
Governors and chief ministers fighting and all that is fine. Ajay, what do you think about this elections, simultaneous elections in states and the center?
Ma'am, simultaneous, it has both its pros and cons over here. Pros, we can say that the election system or the election the country is already we can say the country is forever in election mode over here, and one central election passes, then the state election
So
happens.
how does it affect anything?
So the government is more focused on garnering the votes by doing, we can say that vote bank politics and all. It is not concentrating on long-term policy decisions and all. And for it is the cons, and for the pros, we can say that it would save a lot of government spending and all over here.
Achha. You think you are fit for administration?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because I think that I basically have the basic qualities which are required in administration.
What are those qualities?
I am being objective over here, that I take decisions based on the data points, and I am not driven on emotions, and I am
Hmm.
transparent to the system, transparent, and most probably I am impartial.
Okay. Now tell me, what will you do for reduction of the, I mean, you are applying for Bihar Administrative Service. So, one big basic yearly problem is the floods.
Yes.
What would you do for mitigating that?
Ma'am, for floods, we can say that the most important thing is flood area zonation should be done. That the people should not be settled near the banks which have yearly flood recurrence over there. But we can say one thing is there, that the population of Bihar may be a restriction to this. So proper zonation, proper planning is needed. And second one is interlinking of river is being tried out. For example, the Kosi Mechi river project, I would say. So the rivers which are prone to annual inundations, I would say that interlinking can be a way forward.
Okay. Tiwari ji?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Shivam, you have your optional subject was management. So, do you recall who developed the modern management theory?
Sub management theory is yes, sir. There was Taylor is there, and initially it was Peter F. Drucker who identified that there is need for a separate branch of management. Yeah, so he is known as father of management. Peter F. Drucker is there. Henry Fayol is there. Adam Smith is there. These all are the people.
So in what respect Drucker made a change to the concept of entire management?
So previously management was part and parcel of the whole process. It was not identified that a separate branch is needed for management thought and all. So Peter F. Drucker identified that shortcoming, and he said that management as a separate discipline should be developed in the whole ecosystem of business operations.
So what did he focus upon? What was the specific thing that Drucker focused upon?
So I think that it was basically efficiency and streamlining of work. It was there, and basically replacing humans with machines. It was there.
So how has this theory relevance to the functioning of the government? The management theory,
Yes, sir.
how does it integrate with the functioning of the government? How does it explain
So,
government's functioning?
yes, sir. Over the years, sir, we can say that it was basically machine oriented, then it changed to worker oriented it was, and then in today's time there is holistic development in which we consider all the factors, be it machines, be it the resources, be it the human resource, be it anything. So all these factors which are combining in today's sense, we have to take a holistic approach, and that's what
But in terms of very precise measurement, like you have studied mechanical engineering also. So what is it that the government tries to measure through all its activities, through all its expenditure, intervention?
Yes, sir.
So what is the end result of all that, which is sought to be measured by these management theories?
So in this we can take an example of agriculture. It is there, sir. So agriculture, in which agriculture the whole production system is measured, the whole production quantity is measured over here. So in tandem with the government spending and the, we can say, the food grain production over here is there, we tend to arise that whether it is at a suitable with threshold or not, what improvements can be done. So it can.
So focus is now on the outcomes.
Yes, sir.
No? So what is an outcome?
So outcome can be anything for which we have intended or initiated a process.
And how would you define an entrepreneur? There is a lot of focus on entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir.
So what is the concept of an entrepreneur?
So entrepreneur is anyone who identifies any new opportunity in the market and he tends to monetize it, and he devises a plan to develop that thinking what he is having towards monetary or non-monetary value, whatever he thinks suits him.
And why does he get such high returns?
So I would say that previously maybe in the market no one has identified that particular problem, and when he comes up with the solution to it, he is most rewarded in that manner.
So he assumes a risk.
Yes sir, he is a risk
Asset
taker.
management.
Yes sir.
So, and what is the difference between risk and uncertainty?
Sir, risk we can say that a risk we can say that the consumer, the particular person is certain about outcome. He will whether profit or he will be in loss with that. And uncertainty is a condition of nothingness where we can't decide whether it is profit or loss or anything is there.
Thank you. And what about new public management, NPM? In your management course you read new public management.
Sorry sir.
You don't know. Talking about Peter Drucker, you are familiar with the name.
Yes sir.
He said one thing that's called management by objectives.
Yes sir.
What do you know about that?
So management in objective is basic.
By objective. Nothing. Management by objective.
Yes, a management by objective is basically, we can say it is a decentralization process in which the various components of a particular organization they tend to sit down. For example, a manager and his subordinates sit down in a particular meeting and they decide that what kind of objectives we should pursue, what should be our way forward to achieve those objectives and all. So it is a kind of, we can say, a consensus making on reaching the what should be the objectives of the company is there. So it is.
Peter Drucker was the first one who announced that the next economy will be knowledge economy. You know about this? If you know, then we'll talk on this. If you do not know, we'll not talk on this.
So I can make a guess with your permission also. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
You don't know about knowledge.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. When it reach over, please go and call me.
Thank you, thank you, sir.
ठीक है, तुम्हारा पर्सनालिटी है, बोलने का स्टाइल ठीक है, प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ पर्सनालिटी इज गुड, और उसमें कहीं छेड़खानी मत करना, कोई लोग बता दें ऐसे करो वैसे करो तो कुछ ज़रूरत नहीं उसकी. यू आर नेचुरल, यू आर ट्रू एंड दैट इज़ वेरी वेरी गुड फॉर यू. कुछ फीडबैक है वो मैम को हमने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि आपको दे देगी, क्या कहना चाहते हैं?
इन जनरल तो खैर आपका बड़ा अच्छा इंटरव्यू गया. आई मीन इट्स ऑब्वियस कि यू नो योर सब्जेक्ट. थोड़ा सा बीच में आप नर्वस हो रहे थे ना?
मैम एक्चुअली आज फास्ट है ना तो थोड़ा
नवरात्रों का ये श्राद्धों का श्राद्ध ट्यूसडे का. अच्छा, ट्यूसडे का श्राद्ध. ओके ओके. तो
थोड़ा सा मैम गला थोड़ा सा
सूख गया था. तो जब उधर इंटरव्यू में जाओगे ना तो पहले पानी पी लेना, लंबी सांस ले लेना, फिर अंदर जाना. ठीक है? क्योंकि एज सच योर परफॉर्मेंस इज़ वेरी गुड, your presentation is good, the way you enter, the way you sit and all, it's fine. ठीक है? तो घबराने की कोई बात नहीं है.
मैनेजमेंट तो मैंने 2-3 जो पूछा तो मैं जान रहे थे, लेकिन वो थोड़ा हाई लेवल क्वेश्चन था,
ज़्यादा हाई लेवल था वो.
पूछा जा सकता है एनपीएम.
हाँ, ये आपका इंटरव्यू है कब? 14th. हाँ, 14th तो अभी टाइम है.
तो तुम कहाँ से हो? बिहार से ही हो या?
गोरखपुर अभी बोल रहे थे ना. ये पूछ सकते हैं कि वहाँ से छोड़ के वहाँ क्यों कर रहे हो, है ना? और पूछिए, कुछ पूछना है?
मैम एक अभी 2 months back I joined as guest faculty in SHIVAM only.
Okay.
So and also I am selected for PhD from over there only. So I will be तो इस चीज़ को मेंशन करें PhD.
क्या जरूरत है?
ये अभी इनिशिएट नहीं हुआ है.
नहीं, देखिए ऐसा है,
डोंट मेंशन एनीथिंग.
जब तुम अभी कुछ कर नहीं रहे हो, टेक्निकली यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग, तो आप कह सकते हो कि नहीं अभी मैं कुछ नहीं कर रहा, विच इज़ द ट्रूथफुल आंसर, है ना?
वो सब लाने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप सीधे बोलो मैं इसके सिलसिले की तैयारी
इसके
कर
लिए
रहा हूँ।
करो बस।
गेस्ट फैकल्टी
वो दैट विल ब्रिंग मोर क्वेश्चंस ना, पीएचडी कर रहे हो फिर कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी अप्रोच है
फिर
तुम्हारा
तुम ये
कैरियर
क्या
का,
कर रहे हो?
बीपीएससी में क्या मतलब है, फिर बोलेंगे
इसलिए-
पीएचडी क्यों नहीं करते हो।
और जबरदस्ती बोलने का कोई मतलब नहीं है ना।
अच्छा मैम, प्रायर टू दिस टेक्स्ट बुक में भी 1.5 years का कंटेंट मैनेजर वाला था, तो वो बोलना ठीक रहेगा इसमें?
अपने से जो मौका मिले कि व्हाट यू हैव डन इन द पास्ट, जैसे मैंने पूछा तुमसे अभी तो तुमने तो मुझे बताया नहीं, तुमने कहा कि भाई हम तैयारी कर रहे हैं सिविल सर्विस की, कहाँ बोला कि मैंने कंटेंट किया है?
इसीलिए तो अब पूछ रहा है।
तो हमें तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता उससे,
कुछ
नहीं किया ठीक है, तैयारी मैं मान के चल रहा हूँ आप तैयारी कर रहे हो। अब कंटेंट डेवलप कर रहे हैं तो क्या कंटेंट डेवलप करते थे, क्यों करते थे, फिर आप इसमें क्यों आना चाहते हो, पीएचडी कर रहे हो तो बीपीएससी से क्या मतलब है, पीएचडी विल बी मच बेटर फॉर यू, ये सब क्वेश्चन सामने लाने का
नहीं
क्या
तो
मतलब है?
कितना गैप हो रहा है उसमें from the time you did your graduation?
2018 से 2 साल I was in Delhi preparation, then after that I joined textbook and this guest faculty, and one place for 6 months I was assistant professor also in a private school.
अच्छा,
पीएचडी वगैरह मत बताओ, बोलो कि आई वाज वर्किंग एज एन असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, दैट कैन बी डन।
क्योंकि ये भी नहीं रहना चाहिए 4 साल से आप कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे, सिर्फ इम्तिहान के लिए बैठे
प्रोफेसर
हो।
वाला ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा,
जो कर रहे हो उसी को
हाईलाइट
करो।
कर दो।
हाँ।
नहीं तो वो एप्लीकेशन में कहीं नहीं आया ये जब मुझसे अप्लाई किया है।
सब वो मेंस का फॉर्म भर रहे थे तो उस समय तो
नहीं कभी कभी नहीं आता।
नहीं उनके नोटिस में नहीं है ना अभी तक,
बोर्ड के
राइटिंग
नोटिस
कहीं पे कुछ नहीं
नहीं,
बताया
अभी
ना।
राइटिंग में तो नहीं है।
राइटिंग में नहीं है, पर ऐसा है ना,
अपने को डिफेंड करने के लिए अगर पूछ दिया कि 18 से 23 के बीच में खाली आप यही कर रहे थे कुछ और भी कर रहे थे, तो असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर जहाँ बने हुए थे ना उसको बोलो कि आई टूक अप ए जॉब लाइक दिस एंड आई डिड फॉर वन।
वो तो दैट विल बी ए प्लस, है ना,
पीएचडी कंटेंट वाला मत करो,
क्योंकि पीएचडी का भी है नहीं।
लाइन अलग हो जाती है ना बिल्कुल इसलिए।
और ये चीज़ याद रखो कि जो कुछ भी बोलोगे उसके ऊपर और प्रश्न पूछे जा सकते हैं, ठीक है ना, ये ध्यान में रख के जवाब देना, ठीक है ना कि वो जवाब देने लायक हो तो ठीक है। ऑल द बेस्ट।
गुड इज गुड।
ही इज वेरी गुड,
ओके।
तो मैनेजमेंट का जो एक कह रहे हो ना उसमें बेस जो ये आप कह रहे थे वो ड्रगर सब प्रोसेस से आउटकम में सब लोग आए ना। पहले असेंबली लाइन था, ये था डीमोटिवेशन जो सरकार सब जगह होता है। तो जब आप ह्यूमन रिसोर्स की बात आई, इंसान को भी रिसोर्स समझ रहे हो, वैल्यू उसको मिल रही है, एंड रिजल्ट दिख रहा है, आउटकम में फोकस है ना सबका। तो वो इसीलिए आउटकम बजट की बात हो रही है, सरकार भी उसमें फोकस कर रही है, ट्रांसपेरेंसी, कम्युनिकेशन, तो सबको पता हो।
मार्केटिंग में क्यों तो इंडिया का मार्केटिंग गुरु किसको मानते हो
हाँ,
तुम,
तो
वर्ल्ड
वो
में
सब
कौन
चीजें
सा मार्केटिंग नाम जब देख लेना कौन, थोड़ा गुरचरण दास, सीके प्रहलाद, इन लोगों का नाम जानना चाहिए, दे हैव बीन वेरी वेरी गुड ऑन द मार्केटिंग फ्रंट।
हाँ, वो मार्केटिंग आता रहता है ना, उनके आर्टिकल्स आते रहते हो, पढ़ते हो, ठीक है, गुड,
नहीं बढ़िया है तुम्हारा।
ऑल द बेस्ट।
ओके, ऑल द बेस्ट।